This is definitely the calm after the storm. Take a look at this lovely winter sunshine. Hello friends, and welcome back to Amir's allotment. No, that's not my allotment behind me, thank God. I'm actually outside. I'm just by a fishing lake. I was just taking a walk because I'm on a break from work. Good news is that some of the floodwater has subsided, so the roads are open. So I'm going to head over to my allotment plot and have a look at how it's fared. I have just parked up. I'll definitely be needing my wellies because it's very wet. I mean, look at this field next to my allotment plot. In the winter, in this field, when the water floods the field, we get a lot of wildlife, from like swans and ducks to herons and even egrets. So I'm just heading over to my plot now. I'm going to have to take a detour because this side is completely flooded. This is how much this area flooded just a few days ago. Glad to see the water has subsided. But there are still areas where there's a dip and the plots have flooded. It's a relief that we don't have clay soil on this allotment, because if we did, everything would still be underwater and floating all over the place. My allotment plot is in the distance and the flood water has subsided, so I'm just waiting for things to dry out now. But unfortunately, all this part of the allotment behind me, which is just in front of my plot, is still under quite a lot of water. So this is all the green outside my allotment plot. I'm just looking at this and I'm just feeling so relieved in a way, and quite lucky. We've obviously had flood water here. Look at my beds, they've been swimming around the plot, but it's subsided and it's not as bad as it could have been. I mean, there are clearly other plots that are really suffering at the moment, so I feel really relieved that the water has subsided. I think what's happened is that on this right hand, as you walk in on the right hand side, there has been quite a bit of flood water. The ground is still very sodden and wet, and obviously the beds have been moving around, but at least it has all subsided and I can get in here on the weekend and really give everything a good clean. And yeah, as you can see with this field, when I was previously sort of looking from the outside in, I could see that this field was completely full of water. You can see from this post as well, it's still wet. I think yeah, it's clearly subsided quite quickly actually. It's just that I think where this allotment site dips, it's like a large pond basically. There's just water outside of it that has just settled, but that will soon clear away. I mean, literally every day is making a huge difference. It looks like on the left hand side of my plot, there's a lot of rubbish everywhere that's probably been floating around, but on the left hand side of my plot, there's clearly, yeah, I don't think that the water reached that side, so I think I've been really lucky in that respect as well. There's a lot of rubbish and debris that's ended up on my plot, so I really do need to come back and give everything a quick tidy. But for now, I'm just popping these bed frames back into place. It's a shame because I put a lot of compost down and it has all washed away, but never mind, it could have been worse. So for now, I'm just popping these into place. I'll remember to feed the birds while I'm here as well. This Wednesday just gone, I was on Audrey's channel. So Audrey has a channel called Real Food Comes Dirty. Do head over there. I had a lovely evening with Audrey and we talked about really what got me into gardening and the wildlife that I like to attract in my garden. So yeah, we had a great time. So if you've got some time, do head over to Audrey's channel and have a watch. It was great fun. So whilst the allotment's drying out, I've been pottering around the house, adding to my seed hoard. I mean, this is a melon called Arava that I'm going to try this year. I'm also going to try a watermelon called Crimson Sweet. I've not tried this one. I don't really know where I'm planning to grow all these melons because, as you know, I only have quite a small greenhouse, and I do this every year where I get carried away. I also picked some red carrots the other day and some onions as well. So some more onions, Elsa Craig, and also red Brunswick, which I can sow now. What I also came across is these binders, the Country Companion. Who remembers these? Let me know in the comments. It was great. I've had these since my childhood, and as I was clearing the house, I came across them and I had to share them with you because these were just my inspiration as a child. There was no Google, so whenever I wanted to look things up about wildlife, I would definitely turn to these. We used to collect them weekly and put them in a binder, and I had the whole collection, and I can't believe I've discovered them again, and actually, to be honest, really useful because I was talking about a pond on my allotment, and this will be great because I can turn to this and identify various species. Someone's woken up early, perched up here. Hello, Bob. Bob. My plan today is to get this area behind me tidied up. So yeah, it's a very chilly start, so let's get warmed up. Oh no, look. My jeans have got dirty. When you've got large areas of ground to cover and you've got a new allotment, it can be quite daunting. And one of the tools that I find really useful is this bad boy. It's called an Azada hoe. I use it quite a lot on my allotment, and today what I'm going to use it for is just skim the weeds off the surface. It's also really good for digging trenches for potatoes. I think sometimes it's also called a Chillington hoe. Really useful.